gentlemen, the Shed Dogs.
I might have a gig, but it's full week in Cranbrook of all places.
Wow.
Who ever heard of shooting anything in Cranbrook? But
Exactly.
it's
themselves.
FLD.
FLD. What do you mean? Field?
What was the offshoot of the Latter-day Saints in Creston? Oh, maybe it's Fundamental Latter-day.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah, because they
trying to
kept
think
multiple wives.
Yeah. So I'm playing a bad guy. So,
Whoa, so you'll cool.
but it's next week,
What's the problem? Cranbrook in late October is just beautiful.
buddy, and I have drainage next week. I think. But I don't have the role, but they want a Zoom meeting tomorrow with the director. Do I say yes?
Yes.
Do I? Tim and Leslie came by the shed. They're staying with Baron and Cecilia.
Well, I saw them for dinner on last Friday with Haley and Jenna at Baron and Cecilia's house. Baron and Cecilia are at the lake. You know what was super weird about it too? Like, I didn't recognize the address and I didn't even recognize the house. I stepped into the house and I thought, geez, this looks familiar. I don't know why. And I just finally asked, is this Baron and Cecilia's house? Yeah, it is. And what was very funny to me is that it shrank. Like, in my mind's eye, the interior for that house was quite a bit more spacious than the reality that I walked into last Friday. It was so odd. Really, really odd.
You've been there before, right?
Yeah, I had been there, but it's been obviously quite a long time since I've been in there.
Yeah, no, so it was very short.
We had a dinner plan with them, but Sue at that point was just coughing and hacking.
Ooh.
What did Sue have?
I don't know. I think she still has it. It might be a little pneumonia or something.
Oh,
nothing to worry about.
Is there such a thing as a little pneumonia?
Yeah.
Is it death? No, it's a little death.
I always think of bronchitis as little pneumonia, but I don't know.
Well, I think it's...
I mean, she's got an appointment with her doctor for like 10 days from now.
Yeah. Well, it's like Cromer having pneumonia and not even knowing he's got it, right?
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot
and it's
with
pretty
pneumonia.
dangerous for us old people, too.
Yeah. I just got my shots yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I got to get mine.
Both of them.
I don't know why I have been...
I'm getting both of mine in about a week.
I haven't booked yet, but I'm going to do it.
Hurt.
Did it really?
No.
What? Yeah, well, hurt today.
Just the next day. That's right. Yeah.
I've never
Because I'm going to a show on Friday night, and so I booked my shots for the end of the afternoon because my arms don't start hurting until like the next day. So I'll just sail through the show, dancing wildly with my arms,
As is your want.
as I normally do.
I've never noticed
shows.
anything. I go and have my shot, and then I just carry on. My arms aren't...
Not the next morning, eh?
No, just nothing ever. Just doesn't do anything.
Oh, that's interesting.
In fact, the introduction of those super fine needles is the most fascinating part because...
I know, those are amazing.
They're just amazing. Like, you don't even feel them. Like,
Yeah.
It's just nutty.
Yeah, sometimes you feel a little poke.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
Especially
honestly...
if the person giving it is blonde, I've noticed.
Oof, there goes the blonde.
Have you guys noticed that? Though? Just ow, because they've never had to worry about their effect on other people because people are drawn to them, right?
Yeah. No, I get
Jesus,
it.
Archie.
I get it.
He's just building a disaster rapidly here. That's pretty funny. No, the first time I had one of those things, I honestly, like, whoever was doing it was very young and did not appear to be very experienced. And they swabbed the area, to make sure that you didn't get typhus from your skin.
Yeah.
And then...
What do they call that red stuff? Iodine.
Well, I don't even know, but
yeah.
then it was done.
Yes.
And I said, what happened? She said, well, I gave you your shot. I literally didn't feel it because the needle apparently can go between nerve endings or something.
It's hit or miss, right? It just depends on where the needle lands. And sometimes you don't feel it. And I always ask, so go ahead, you can do the shot now, Little joke, yeah. They're like, I always say, how many times you heard that today? Oh, once or twice.
Yeah, and then the next question you should ask is, how many times have you heard an old guy ask how many times you've heard that? You could just go on.
Exactly. I could keep working that. Yeah.
Just keep cycling.
So, I've got to tell you guys about my freon incident. Because I read a little bit about freon and then I thought, really? I was kind of surprised about it. But anyway, this is the 1970s. Mike and I are living together in Logan Lake. It's super cold out. And for whatever reason, I decide to, unrelated to the temperature outside, I decide to defrost our fridge.
Of course.
Because this is before the automatic fridges, right?
Yeah, and why not do today what you cannot put off till tomorrow?
Exactly. And the thickness of that ice in there, right? Crazy stuff. So I unplug the fridge. I don't know what else I do, but then I unload the freezer, and then I get an ice pick.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And I'm stabbing at the ice.
Jeez.
Ring, ring, ring. Stabbing at the ice, and bang, I go right into one of those little tubes that are built right into it.
Yeah.
And I get a shot of freon, and I go like that. And I just inhale it all.
Uh-oh.
And
still feeling the effects.
It's very realistic cough there you threw in.
And I'm fine. I'm going, oh, wow. But I'm kind of frustrated that I was being an idiot, because right away I know, okay, I shouldn't have been doing this, right?
Yeah, and I've totaled
There goes the fridge.
Yeah.
Right. And as an aside, Mike and I, it took like 2 weeks for the fridge to get fixed.
Yeah.
And I think we had to pay for the repair.
Yeah.
Even though it was a rental, right? And then and it was a source of, Mike was not happy with me at all, because it was a total hassle. We actually used the windows, because they were single pane windows, I think, and it was cold outside, so we'd line up the eggs along the windowsill, and it would keep the
you're probably lucky.
Then sometimes you'd have a frozen egg, right?
I was just going to say, you're lucky
it's
they didn't
not
freeze.
very pleasant at all. So anyway, I took that big gasp, and then I've told this story once every couple of years since, I suppose, mentioned it to people.
Trotted out is the same.
And
goes.
I've always, I've trotted it out. And I've always said, but it's freon, right? So it's an inert gas. And so here, and then I just found out the truth about freon after all these years, right? So apparently the company that made freon, which is a CFC, and they wanted to give it a friendly name, so they chose a name that sounded a lot like one of the inert gases, right? But it's a highly complex. Inhaling freon is unsafe and can be very dangerous, even fatal. Freon is a chemical used in air conditioning systems, and it is not meant to be inhaled by anyone. Now, I don't know if that means that maybe air conditioning systems, but I think it was used in fridges as well.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah, it was used in anything that required compressing and boiling.
Potential health risks associated with inhaling freon include respiratory issues, difficulty breathing, throat swelling, coughing, wheezing, and pneumonia, etc. So anyway, I just found that kind of...
So your effects, whatever, they fall into it, etc.
Yeah, I don't know.
All the stuff that you've put us through as a result of you inhaling freon is just falls under, etc.
I just think it's funny that they tricked me to...
Yeah, exactly.
The Freon Corporation.
Yeah,
Big Freon.
Do you know, if you'd asked me...
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. If you'd asked me, I would have probably said freon is on the periodic table someplace.
Yeah, like right beside xenon or
neon
whatever. I don't know.
Whatever, yeah.
Neon, yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, that's all I had for that.
Quick aside, Haley says hi.
Hi, Haley.
Hi, Haley. Well, you guys might recall that Sue and I, while in Porto, went to a little bookstore called Livraria Lello, which is possibly the most beautiful bookstore in the world. You actually pay to go in this bookstore because it's so crowded. So many people want to see it. Beautiful staircases. Just a nice experience while you're there, too.
This isn't the Harry Potter library, is it?
Well, I mean, there's Harry Potter-ish. I mean, I don't know how much proof there is of this, but supposedly J.K. Rowling would go in there and she would write from time to time, and the staircases there supposedly inspired the magical staircases at Hogwarts. But so I got a book. You get a free book, like you can choose from a limited selection of free books that comes with your
entry fee
ticket. Yes. And so this says, made by the world's most beautiful bookshop. And I think they just basically do books that are past copyright.
Oh, yeah.
So I got here, The Great Gatsby in front of me by, who wrote it?
Faulkner. Who?
No, wait, F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Very good.
F. I knew
Good
it was
job.
an F.
But yeah, it's one of those F ones, right? And I don't know, listeners might be vaguely aware or may not be that I just don't read books anymore.
Who does?
Yeah. Who does? Yeah. I haven't read a book for 15, 20 years. Remember I came in here once and I read some excerpts from Moby Dick.
Mm-hmm.
Still working on that.
was one of our earlier episodes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing I did with Moby Dick, and I don't know if you remember this, but I read the first line from every chapter up to the point, because his writing style means that if you read the first line of every chapter, you're getting an overview of what's happened. So I thought that I would bring the book, and I'm going to take a big chance here. We're going to play a little game where we randomly choose a paragraph. So I want you guys to choose a number between 1 and 190, just any number. We're going to do 2 paragraphs. So Skin, what do you got?
88.
All righty, page 88.
Rocket 88.
And I want you to choose a paragraph now.
4.
Between 1 and 10.
4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll say it again.
Are you ready for this?
So ready. Born ready.
Context free.
Oh, let it fly.
All right.
But wait, before you do this, what is the intent here? Like, what are we supposed to guess?
Well, we're going to just listen to this guy's possibly described as dense prose.
Oh, we're supposed to ooh and ah over this little
I don't know
piece
about
of
oohing and
prose.
ahhing, but let's just get some commentary on the writing here.
Okay.
The modesty of the demand shook me. He had waited 5 years and bought a mansion where he dispensed starlight to casual moths so that he could, quote, come over, unquote, some afternoon to a stranger's garden.
Well, I like the line, dispense starlight to, what was it, casual moths or something?
Right, so
like that?
he's waits 5 years from whenever, buys a mansion where he can dispense starlight.
He just holds parties and attracts moths.
Very good, very good.
But that's a
so
nice
casual
little
moths
turn of-
could quote come over unquote some afternoon to a stranger's garden,
So he
so that he could.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I do like the dispense starlight.
Now, have you read this book, Skin?
No.
Okay.
It's
All
a
right.
stupid book. No, I just haven't read it.
Yeah. Because I mean, you hear about it all the time. Oh, The Great Gatsby.
Well, I
You hear
didn't
about
love
it from
the movie.
from time to time.
The movie just seemed so fraught, and I just thought,
There's several movies were made of it,
I-
and I looked through them all, and almost none of them were considered classics. So they were all fraught, I would say. Yes. But yeah, so just a little background on that. If you were to have read that to me and I had not read the book, I would be struggling and ask you to repeat it. It would just take me a while. You picked up on that right away there, Skin.
you know why? It's because I'm unbelievably literate, and
I think you are very
and
literate, yes.
I didn't inhale freon in the mid.
That's true. That's true.
That's the difference.
Yeah, but you did get lead gas every time you fueled up. And
Yeah, that's true. And I bathe my hands in it frequently to clean them and so on. But that's why I'm not a famous artist.
so now that I've done the paragraph there, and this is a spoiler alert.
For the Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
Several movies already made.
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Yeah, now that I've done that paragraph, I'll provide a little bit of context around it. Yes, as you described, Skin, Gatsby himself actually moved to this place on Long Island near New York City, maybe an hour's commute away, and bought a mansion just so that he could come over to his neighbor's modest little house
Yeah.
for a tryst.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he
didn't know that.
he befriended the guy next door,
Yeah.
who's the narrator,
I did not
and
know
then
that.
says, I need to, and
So was there some long lost connection between the guy next door and Gatsby?
there is a connection, actually. Yeah. Daisy, which is the person with whom the tryst is going to be. And Daisy, I think, is his cousin.
But did you like how I was politically correct about not assuming that he was chasing the wife? Didn't you like that? I thought it was good.
I didn't notice, Skin. but
So
I'm-
ahead of your
I
time.
think it is very good.
Pearls before swine, you didn't even notice.
Okay, KJ, number between 100,
107.
107. He already has a number ready to go. There is only one paragraph on this. 107 is the end of a chapter.
Well, let's hear that last paragraph then.
And this comes after the one that we did with Skin. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, here we go. They had forgotten me, but Daisy glanced up and held out her hand. Gatsby didn't know me now at all. I looked once more at them, and they looked back at me remotely, possessed by intense life. Then I went out of the room and down the marble steps into the rain, leaving them there together.
Well, that's a bummer. Is that the very end of the book?
It's the very end of a chapter.
Oh, my God.
And who's speaking? Gatsby's friend?
The narrator.
The guy who owns the house next door and is presumably married to Daisy, who's the target of Gatsby's affection.
Oh, okay.
The narrator has a name, but I can't remember what it is.
It's nobody now.
Anyway, I am challenged to read stuff. Sometimes I'll read a paragraph and I'll go, I have no idea what they're talking about. It's very common for me. But with The Great Gatsby, I largely did, so that made it easier for me to read. I kind of tracked things. I like the whole period of the book. It's like it's the Roaring 20s. And what came right after the Roaring 20s?
The Depression.
The Great Depression.
Exactly. And this book was written before the Great Depression started. Like it was published maybe a year before. So most people didn't see it coming then. And I watched a documentary on this book. I found it really interesting that the documentary was done in 2000 when there was a big crash in 2001.
Is the phrase Great Depression an oxymoron? It's great, it's a depression.
Well, great doesn't mean up.
It's like
great,
saying the fabulous
great means
disaster.
larger, right? And doesn't mean higher.
Okay. Fabulous disaster.
The shed was stunned into silence.
Let's go on, yes. PJ's inhaled Freon. That's what's really happened. It's a pretty fancy looking book. Make sure that picture of that goes on the page.
It is so much fun. There's so much weird stuff going on in there. He just blurts things out like crazy stuff. Like, there'll be at a party and he's just talking about the people at the party and there'll be somebody throwing up in a corner and he just continues on as if that's hardly even worth remarking on.
Yeah.
And from that you draw that, these parties are crazy parties.
Yeah.
Right?
And these people are unbelievably wealthy because throwing up in the corner is just not their problem.
And it is moths to a flame. Like everybody's coming to these parties and Gatsby himself often isn't seen.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a mystery guy. In fact, that's much of their conversation is, what's up with this guy? Where did he make his money anyway? And it turns out, spoiler alert, that he made his money bootlegging.
Wouldn't
during
you know
Prohibition. Yeah. So he's nouveau riche. And there's West Egg and East Egg are the two communities on Long Island. And if you look at a map, you can actually spot the real communities, which have different names. But they're right there. There's these two big eggs stick out into Long Island Harbor or whatever that's called. Long Island Sound, I think. And there's the old money and the new money. So that's one of the biggest themes in the book is old money and new money. Gatsby is new money. And the guy that Gatsby is cheating on his wife with is old money. And their whole mannerisms and the way they deal with each other. And of course, there's some crazy shit that happens.
I didn't know hardly anything about that. I may not even have completed the movies. And the one that had, I think Robert Redford was in it.
Yeah, and that might be the best one.
I
but
think
I don't
it was nominated or maybe won Academy Awards. But
It still doesn't get great reviews over time.
the whole thing just went by me. I tried watching it and I just was not interested. I could not make myself interested in it.
And I do want to watch one of the movies. Just because I read the book, right? And then all of a sudden that makes the movies
Well, it's always fun. It's always great fun to read a book and then watch the movie. I shouldn't say fun. That's not the right word. It is engaging to do because you're either really thrilled with what they chose to keep and chose to let go of, or you're really aggravated by it, one or the other. Or you just think, what the hell? What is this movie even about? That's not the book I read.
But I think if I'm producing a movie, I'm going to go with a schlock or pulp novel. Because some of the best movies are based on pulp novels, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, I can't trot out an example, unfortunately.
No, I can't either, but it makes sense because you would think that a whole bunch of say, pulp novel is pulp that can be dispensed with without any real damage to the plot.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, you get the plot's understandable.
Yeah, and simple. It's just like, how many planets does the guy have to land on? 7 for a book and 2 for a movie. The differences it makes, just another planet and a bunch of adventures,
Yeah. So last night I found myself watching The Queen's Gambit again.
Oh, geez, RJ. What a guy.
Just random. Maybe Netflix decided to show it to me.
Yeah.
It read my mind, and the next thing I know, it's just such a great show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would watch that again.
Yeah, have you guys seen The Diplomat?
Nope.
Netflix. Oh my God, that's a great show.
I think you mentioned this before.
So much fun. And season 3 just got released.
Oh.
So that's why we're watching it again. But we watched the final episode of season 2 and we're going, oh my God, I remember nothing of that. Like both of us. This 2 or 3 years ago it was out and both of us are going, oh, I'm sure glad we watched the final episode of season 2 again.
So did you go back then?
Yeah, we just went back to the final episode of the last season. And once we'd watched that, then we're good to watch the new season.
Okay.
And it's so crazy fun. Yeah.
Well, I just rewatched No Country for Old Men.
Right, a Coen Brothers movie.
Just fantastic movie. And actually, Tommy Lee Jones, I don't know if he won anything for that, but he probably should have. He was great in that film.
Yeah, he had his heyday, didn't he?
That was peak everything for him.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good. In No Country, he is just this corn pone guy. He uses all these cornbally expressions.
Yep.
But he's also just sharp as anything.
Right.
You know,
And is he a cop in that one?
Yeah, he's the local sheriff ranger guy. He just is on the job. He's really, and he's worn out by it all. He's
close to retirement.
People are awful, and he's trying to figure out whether he should carry on or retire. Super good.
Yeah. And I'm rewatching Fargo as well.
Ooh, that's probably a good one to rewatch.
Also Coen Brothers, yeah.
I looked up the other day, what on earth is going on with Extraordinary Attorney Woo?
Yeah.
So season 1, loved the daylights out of it.
It's great,
Watched it twice. Season 2 should be coming. It's not coming. It's not anywhere.
So they must have hit production problems.
I just don't know what it is, but it's just disappeared, which is really a pity because
That's a great show, yeah.
you sort of think they got an automatic huge audience and it's just being wasted. They're just not doing it.
You guys been watching the sports lately?
What about that Heedle? He's done.
Just today?
I don't know who Heedle is, but I watch baseball.
So you say you want to talk about baseball?
Yeah. Well, you'd have to explain who Heedle is.
Yeah,
I guess I'm supposed to know the Canucks.
No,
or
I was
something.
kind of teasing you.
Anyway, back to baseball. I watched a bit of baseball today, yesterday's game.
Oh, yeah.
Were you torn? Is this Mariners Toronto still?
Yeah, not torn. No, I'm going for Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right now I'm not going to pull for any U.S. team.
Well, it's
Not
just a
gonna do
measure
it.
of my disdain for Toronto that I did struggle. You know.
I really like that team. I like the players on it. I like their big slugger guy, Vladdy. He's a nice guy. At least he comes off as really nice. And I like how whenever they hit a home run, they're all excited for themselves. Each of them has a little thing they do with two hands. They'll do like that. You'll see them all doing a thing, and it has two hands. It's a team thing. And then they come in from their home run and they put the jacket on them, the home run jacket.
Yeah.
And they walk down slapping everybody's hands. And you could just tell they're having a blast. All of a sudden, it's not about the money at that point.
Yeah,
it's just a fun thing to win as a team.
They really are having fun. It is true. I do like that team. And I'm sort of half kidding about the whole Toronto thing. I hope they win just because they are Canadian. And I also don't think, I don't know enough to know if they were expected to win. Were they favored or not?
They had a pretty
They had a
decent year.
good season this year, yeah.
Well, they finished at the top of that's why they have home field advantage. They're at the top of their division.
But apparently over in the other two teams, and I'm really bad with my facts here. I don't know which team, and I don't know the name of the famous Japanese
Ohtani,
player.
yeah.
Oh, man.
So
10 strikeouts and 3 homers in one game. Come on.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was a pitcher, actually.
And one of the headlines was, "This is the best individual played game ever."
Yeah.
And that counts Babe Ruth,
Yes.
who was also a pitcher.
Yes, and a hitter.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know Babe Ruth was a pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, a lot of pitchers were good hitters because they would allow them to spend time doing batting practice at maybe the expense of their pitching. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But Ohtani is just he's just a complete unique. He's a unicorn, that guy.
Which team is that?
Dodgers.
The LA Dodgers. That's right.
He's a unicorn. Like nobody in my whole life has ever done that. Thrown 10 strikeouts in a playoff game and hit the 3 homers. You know, Reggie Jackson hit 4 homers in one game back in the 70s, and they still talk about it.
Yeah.
And all he did was play the outfield and hit homers. That's it.
Yeah.
Ohtani's out there throwing heat and curveballs and changeups and all this crap against the best hitters in the league, striking out 10 of them, and then he goes and hits. It's just crazy. It's just totally crazy.
And aside of the fact that these games are too long, they're super interesting to watch. And especially with the strike box.
Yeah, I love that too.
And the instant speed. And these guys constantly talking about that was a slatter.
Yeah.
And
isn't his accent great?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it. I've just seen highlights.
So you're getting a real feel for, okay, now I know, like after all these years, what direction these pitches are going.
Yeah. No, it's fun just to listen to him. So he's been calling Toronto for 25 years, right?
Yeah.
And he's so American, and
he never lost his accent.
Yeah. But this is my new favorite pastime. It's
a lot of time to pass, that's for sure.
Is that I record the games, and this goes to hockey as well, and then inadvertently I will see a headline.
Yeah.
Oh, the Canucks lost. Oh, I won't watch that.
Right. Yes.
But if they won, and I did this with the Toronto game just the other day, the baseball, they won, and I went and watched the game, and it's just to know that they won, and you can just sit there and relax, because I get tense in all sports.
Yeah.
If I have anything behind a team, it knocks me up inside. I think, oh my God, what are you guys gonna do?
Well, I used to watch my dad watching the hockey games. He was born in Toronto, and back in the day, Toronto and Montreal were, like, the last time Toronto won the cup was 1967, I think.
Yeah.
And that they beat Montreal to do it, right? And I remember watching my dad watch the game sitting in his chair. And listeners, you can't see me doing this, but I'm raising myself slowly up out of my chair by the armrests, by my elbows on the armrest, and my legs are going up straight in the air in front of me. They're crossed. But and then the play concludes, and he'd go like that again. He'd relax back into his. You just watch him tensing up, rising, and relaxing. So yeah, same thing. It's been going on forever because you're all invested, right? You're hoping. Yeah. Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? Oh.
And I think baseball is the worst for that because there's so much. I think there's so much pressure on the pitcher, like individual. Like there's in hockey, you might say a goalie's like that, but it doesn't compare to a pitcher.
No, because it's drawn out. What I love about the whole pitching thing is the manager decision. That pitcher's out there. Like they had some guy throwing for Toronto the other night. He's 41. I think that was a Toronto guy.
Oh, sorry. Are you talking about this incident that happened about a week ago?
I don't know. There was a 41-year-old pitcher.
That's the one. This is the one, yeah.
He just threw his arm off, and the manager wanted to pull him.
Yes.
And he yelled at the manager, sit back down.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Fantastic.
And then he finishes off, the manager's kind of backing off, and the pitcher goes, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Oh, and then he proceeds to strike the guy out. It's just so magical.
You just sort of think
they're talking about that for days.
They'll be talking about that forever. Yeah. 41 years old in the semifinals,
and his face is quite distinctive as well.
And you shout your manager down. Oh,
don't you dare!
And I got to imagine that the manager backed off, right?
That manager should get all the credit in the world because if that guy screws up, it's on the manager. Your job is, if you think that guy's stinking,
well, the manager's got to read the situation and go, I think this guy can do it.
Yeah. But if he allows that pitcher to browbeat him into not pulling him, and then the guy screws up, the manager's toast.
That pitch that he struck out on was way out of the box. But it curved a lot, too. So he tricked the batter, but the guy's swinging at something that's down in the dirt.
Yeah, that is the most, and that's the thing. That's my favorite part, is that part where the manager somehow has to get, like, sometimes it's easy. The pitcher's standing out there just looks defeated, right? He's just clearly done. But lots of times I sort of think, I don't know, he got that last guy, and I'm not any kind of expert, so I can't distinguish those situations where that pitcher is getting hit a lot, but not for home runs, and everybody in the field is doing their job, and so he's getting out after out after out after out. Right. Is that good pitching, or is that a good... But they leave the guy in until they start hitting him out, or they start picking their spots more successfully. That pitcher just stays in there, and to me, that's how they manage that. Is just, I don't know how they do it. It's fascinating. But I don't watch whole games. Mostly what I'm hearing it is on the radio, going back and forth over town, over the bridge in the evenings. I hear bits of the game on the radio. Okay, where are we at?
We get to watch a Northern Super League playoff game at Swangard Stadium because our team finished in the top 4, which means you're in the playoffs.
So it's a 6-team league?
It's a 6-team league, yep. So the bottom 2 teams get scraped off there. And the interesting thing about the semifinals, which is where you start, basically, is that it's 2 games in the semis, and you take the total score of the games.
Okay.
So we'll be watching the first of the pair at Swangard, and it's against Ottawa.
Yeah, that total games thing is tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, like we'll watch the first game, so we'll be excited. We want our team to get the most goals. But if it's a tie, you go, well, the first game didn't matter then.
And it kind of means you can't fold your tent. Like you go back to that Toronto thing, right? They go down 0-2, and I don't know how many runs they gave up, but then they come back and they beat them 13-4, and like they just racked up the score. And if you're the Mariners, you sort of think, well, look, when I'm down 8-4 after 7 innings, I'm not going to spend any of my good pitchers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to save them.
Yeah.
If I got a guy who's nursing an injury, he's sitting down because you can't do that if it's a total runs thing.
Yeah, and in soccer, usually if you're up like 3-0, you just start wasting time.
Yeah.
And in this case, you would be wanting to get goals.
Yeah,
like keep the goals coming. If if you get up 4-0, it's going to be really hard for the team to beat you in the second game. Right?
It's just pedal to the metal all the way, though. Which is some compensation for the idea that you only get semis and finals. That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah.
And if you're those bottom 2 teams, you sort of think, geez, 2/3 of this league is going to make the playoffs, and I'm not in it. What a drag.
I've noticed something about my YouTube feed is that it's not broad enough.
Yeah.
I keep getting the same stuff over and over. And I often watch the same stuff over and over, but I kind of wish that YouTube had a dial where I'd allow it to search further out.
Yeah.
For more interesting stuff. And I actually went in without signing on. If you go into YouTube without signing on, you know what it says now?
No.
In the old days, it used to show you the most popular videos of all time, the evolution of dance. Remember that one?
No.
Anyway, okay. So now it says, hey, tell us what you're interested in, and then we'll start your feed. What do you want to see? I think you have to do a search, and then once you've done that search, they start your feed. I like watching bully revenge stuff.
Oh, really?
Like it'll come up like it's always like a high school scene.
Do you just like it to pick out the fake ones as opposed to the real?
No, I just like to see the revenge stuff.
Oh, okay. It's good to know what you like.
It's like, I don't know if you remember, but I wouldn't have remembered this, but in the Queen's Gambit, she's new in high school, and of course a girl walks right into her on purpose.
Yeah.
And then, like, within half an hour later, she's just knocking.
Yeah, she's slapping her around.
Yeah. She makes $100 from her very first tournament, and she buys herself nice clothes finally because the girls were making fun of her for her clothes. But
do you guys do competence porn?
I'd say I don't have a lot of that in my feed.
Because I've gone down a big rabbit hole with, believe it or not, drum roll, tank restoration. Like, how did that happen? Exactly. Like, I have an interest in World War II stuff, history. So I guess you go from there to those videos where Russian guys pull tanks out of various marshes and rivers left over from Germany's invasion and followed by the spring. And they were left on icy places that turned into bogs.
Right, yeah.
And they're all nicely preserved, actually sometimes incredibly. And from there you go to the Australian Tank Museum doing restorations on World War II, mostly tanks. And these guys, it's just incredible how much they know. It's just, I just find the whole thing crazy. These are old guys too, except for one, and they must be like so deaf because they're constantly banging on this heavy metal with sledgehammers. And, you just think, you guys wearing your protection? Doesn't look like it in the videos. Anyway, there you go. Tank restoration. Be there.
Well, then, no wonder it found you. you are the perfect specimen for them to be presenting this to, right?
And I don't know why that either. I mean, I watch the car ones where they get old cars and get them going again. But that I have direct experience with, right? I've often wished that part of the internet had existed in the 1970s. Would have saved me an awful lot of time and trouble. Mm-hmm. Because they know how these things work, and they know how to get them running and keep them running. Oh, it's all fun. It's a lot of wasted hours.
Sue and I did a little public service last night. We've been walking past this. There was a car accident up at Nelson and Rumble, and there's car debris on the road. And you think people take care of that, right? Like, isn't there a little car accident service that comes around and cleans up?
You would think.
But apparently, there was a whole bunch of car detritus,
yeah.
Just sitting there next to the schoolyard, right? So it's on the street corner where kids walk all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's also like a car license plate and a bunch of plasticky stuff in the gutter down the street half a block.
Oh, wow.
And so we walk past it every day pretty well. I walk Tuke up there every day and just look at it. We should do something about that someday, we've said like 18 times. So finally, Sue said, should I grab a garbage bag? I said, yeah, do it. And we took Tuke out for a night walk, and then we stopped and cleaned garbage up off the street.
Well, as long as you're not going out into traffic, I think our age at this point allows an excuse for us to not actually risk our lives to pick up.
Yeah, I actually took an orange cone
Did you?
about a week ago and put it before the stuff in the gutter because I know that cars' wheels are going to roll over it. Although cars' wheels are actually pretty tough and this is just plastic.
You'd think that the city would take care of that, though.
I would have thought that there'd be the Department of Accident Cleanup.
Well, no, I mean, just even the garbage guys who collect garbage on the streets, those cans on the corners, that their mission would be to take care of that.
Or the school. That school had a janitor when Sue was on the PAC, and the janitor was classic union guy, you had to kind of really work to get him to do stuff. But now the schools don't even have full-time janitors anymore.
They just contract.
Oh. And this janitor will go, okay, so this morning I'm at this school.
Yeah.
And I'll do some cleanup and stuff. And I guess the teachers have to spread
that's funny because
the sawdust over the barf,
The very first thing, the very first thing I thought was we're gonna wander into an essay on the remaining value or the rise of unionism, because the garbage guys aren't going to do it. Not their job, man. They can't stop that thing. We got to be out of here by 4 hours after our shift started, because otherwise this job's not worth doing. If we don't get 4 free hours a day, we're not doing it. The street guy. The sweeper's scheduled to go through there in November 15th. Sweeper will get it. Somebody else says the tow guys are not supposed to leave crap all over the place. They're supposed to pick everything when they pick up a car, and so on, right? It's just this. But still, you guys should not be tottering around on Rumbles
at 9 p.m. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
No. I mean, we're largely on the sidewalk, although Sue did stand in the gutter, I think, for some of this stuff. Duke just patiently sits there and waits.
Somebody leaving a plate behind, too. That's actual money. You got to spend money to get that replaced.
The plate disappeared after a week. Yeah. And so we kind of wondered if ICBC sent someone out to grab the plate, or ICBC told the owner, hey, we're going to charge you for that plate.
I'm saying that's most likely, because you do have to pay to get, if you don't have a pair, you got to buy another one, and it costs you money.
Yeah. So Sue and I are now block watch captain and co-captain.
Oh my God. What's going to happen next? Homeowner association? Is that the next move for you?
We're going to start one, yeah.
Are you liable for stuff? When somebody gets broken into, do they come to you first and say, where were you?
No, the guide clearly says that they should contact the police themselves and then inform us.
Well, I know, but inform you.
What are your duties as Block Watch co-captains?
We got to recruit all the members.
I'm hoping to hear that you're responsible for lording it over all the other people who didn't get asked.
All we do is every month we forward the monthly crime report that shows all of Burnaby, and I actually find it interesting to glance at anyway. You see the maps, right? And like
what kind of crimes?
Well, you got your break and enter, you got your auto theft. And, like all of Metrotown's a hot spot on their little heat maps.
Yeah.
But that'll be theft from business as well. Like that's in there. But I think, crime rates in general are much lower than people think anyway. And our neighborhood south of Rumble, the whole South Slope, typically like the last month, there was one crime way down at the bottom of Gilly at Marine Drive.
Yeah. Well, look for your next conservative candidate to tell you that it's a war-torn hell.
Exactly.
Because, it is interesting, though, in your block watch thing, though. So I used to get asked to produce, my department to produce reports about numbers of motorcycles in various municipalities. The municipality would contact ICBC and say, we don't know how many motorcycles there are around here, so we don't know what we need to do about HOV lanes and all those kinds of things, right? Because motorcycles may or may not be allowed to go into HOV lanes, I think. Stuff like that. It's a bad example. They wanted to know about emissions as well. He sends an email to somebody at ICBC, and then somebody finds out, who is it in this company that produces those kinds of reports on those kinds of... It was us. And in the case of your block watch stuff, somebody somewhere in Crimeville is producing the same reports. I want to filter out anything below X incidents per year, or maybe certain kinds of crime they want to filter out. We don't want block watch captains dealing with terrorist incidents, right?
Yeah.
So let's not get them all wound up about that, or whatever it is. Yeah. Somebody somewhere, the wheels are grinding away to produce that. Do you get little uniforms? Maybe just a sash, a special hat?
We're not supposed to do patrols.
Are you required to swear any oaths?
We forward the monthly mail, and anybody who sees something suspicious or a crime is supposed to call the cops and then inform us. We have them sign a little document in which we say we're going to abide by the Protection of Privacy Act. So we're not allowed to send an email out to everyone with people's email addresses, for example.
So these are the Block Watch members you're talking about.
Yeah. You have to keep everything private. So there's really very little to it. But we have to attend our October 22nd, we attend our training in a Zoom meeting. And that Zoom meeting, they're going to tell us pretty well everything I've told you guys. I read the whole manual and I took notes.
I don't doubt it.
And there's not much to it. It's a surprising number of notes.
Yeah, to say that there's not much to it. You get to your Zoom, this is a taser. We're not in Kansas anymore. Do you get boots? Do you have to go door to door to get people to sign little oaths of allegiance to the block behavior code? I just think it's a real opportunity for fascism to take hold. That's all.
So first thing that happens is we get named as the new people. And although it's not official until we get our training, and then we get invited to this Block Watch captains meeting. It only happen like once a year. So then I basically interviewed 3 different Block Watch captains at that meeting and got all kinds of great information from them on how it works and their blocks and everything, and what method do they use to disseminate the information. One uses a blind CC email out to everyone.
Yeah.
Another one, they have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
So I got all that kind of good information, got some contact information. We do have to go door to door to get people to sign the little documents.
The oath, yeah.
And I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I bet.
Yeah. Oath keepers.
Sign it or I'll tase you. That's kind of fun though, RJ. Maybe how about just a lapel button? Just, something. Don't you get any badge about, not a scepter. I'd like a scepter. You see those pictures from World War I Germany where the burghers, there's all kinds of officials that had all kinds of, not just Germany, probably everywhere, but they had all kinds of things, like they'd have a baton of some sort, a scepter type deal. And he's just some guy, he's not even very powerful. He's just the guy that collects parking fines or something. And he's got this whole getup that he wears to go around doing it. Very disappointing.
Well, our Block Watch sign has been up forever, and it was completely faded. You could just barely read it. So I was all excited to do, official duties, right? I said,
yeah,
Sue,
people
let's take a
running to you-
picture of that. We'll send it to head office.
Running
with a
to
new
you for
block
help.
watch sign.
Send it to head office.
Someone's broken into my basement and they're there now. What do I do? Like, they're not going to phone the cops.
So the
They're
block
gonna-
watch lady came over to drop off a packet of information, which we already had, but she dropped it off. And then the next day we saw the block watch sign had been replaced.
Oh, so somebody took it up. They probably tisked as they did it too.
Yeah.
This is the new block. Look at the state of that sign. Look at.
So once we've done that, the only worry is if we can't sign up enough people, because people don't answer their doors. How do you get a hold of people? Do you stalk them until you suddenly see them coming out of the house and you sprint towards them?
Huh.
But I will enjoy that because I like having conversations with quasi strangers, and a lot of these people we've met along the way.
Yeah.
Just now and then.
Will you go as a couple? Like, Sue better keep her eye on
we'll
you.
probably go as a couple, yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be Gordy-izing people up and down the block.
I just Gordy-eyes them anyway. Even with Sue there, I'm just going to start Gordying them.
That's awesome, RJ. I think I feel a new segment coming. It's going to revitalize
This
the
week's
podcast.
Block Watch report.
Block Watch
And somebody
report.
high up in the police department will hear about this.
We should do that. Block Watch report. Just put anything under it, but just have one of those breaking news type things, only Block Watch report, and then just report about what Tuke's up to or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And that was the Shed Dogs.
Done. Dude. Done. Okay, we're done. That's easy, eh? Did the intros and outros already. They're in the can.
Yeah.